Hey guys, this is Alex with CritGame.com, and we're going for video number 2 on how to be the world's greatest GM. I told you we're going to be talking about setting, and we are. Setting is everything, and I'm not talking about the enchanted woods of Lothlorien or the great undercities of Skarn. None of that stuff matters nearly as much as the setting of actually being able to play the game. I have been there where I didn't have any money, didn't have a place to play, all of this stuff. What do you do? Oh my gosh, it's so ridiculous. So let's get started on some really good ideas. First of all, the most important thing you have to remember is there has to be snacks and drinks. There has to be. It sucks doing any event ever where there's not food and drinks. It could be a wedding. It could be anything. You go to a book signing. You go to a garage sale. And if they have free snacks and drinks, you are excited. And the best part about free snacks and drinks is that you can get them as generic as all get out. Nobody cares because they're free. So if you're on a tight budget, go to Kroger, wherever, buy the Big K brand soda pop. They're not paying for it. It's so much cheaper. Go to the markdown section of the grocery store. If you don't know what that is, ask a clerk. Hey, where do you guys keep your markdowns? You'll go to that section. They will have tons of stuff, especially the bakery. They made cupcakes yesterday. They were selling them for $5, but nobody bought them. They're not bad. They're still perfectly fresh, but people don't want day-old cupcakes for $5, so they put them in the markdowns for $1.50. You're going to take them out, eat them, and they're going to be amazing. They're not old and expired. They're just... Stupid people are finicky about having everything so brand new. You know, it's your way too. You do it. I do it too. I'm going to complain. Anyways, you want to make sure to have food. Ask your other players to contribute to either money or snacks. Bring something from home. Who cares? But the main thing is if you're going to be hanging out for hours, you're going to want to have something to munch on. You're going to want to have something to drink. If you're all broke, everyone doesn't have any money to do anything, then just tell everybody to bring their own stuff. This is a last resort because then there ends up being one guy who didn't bring anything, and, you know, it's nice to just have stuff. You can go to Walmart and buy a bag of chips for $1 and just leave them out for people. Doesn't matter whether or not people really go nuts and have a meal, just so that there's something to snack on. Even cheap soda. The second thing is that's really important, music. And it has to be music. I don't mean background noise, I mean music. Let me explain to you. If you ever try playing a role-playing game with a movie or a TV show on the background, it's so distracting, and there's always somebody at the table who's watching the TV and not really into the game, or they're into the game but they missed something big and they have to ask questions and it's annoying. Then again, there's also music, and people will put on music that's like super ethereal role-playing game, like do 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 do, and it's from like Dragon Age Origins soundtrack or whatever. After a few hours, that crap gets annoying. Take Spotify. Take your iPod. Make a playlist of good music, and here's the most important thing, that can be ignored. There's music that you want to listen to in your ears for the lyrics because it's so good all the time, and then there's other music that's specifically made to be ignored. It's the kind of music they play in grocery stores and at shopping malls. It's totally different if it's absolutely quiet, so they put on music, but they want music you're not going to listen to, but music that's there. I know it sounds kind of weird, but you want to make sure that the volume of the music is enough so that people can hear it, but it's at that wonderful volume where it's low enough that everybody can hear each other talking, and that there's just something to fill the air in the meantime. Nobody's really listening to the music and being like, oh man, I love this song, can you turn it up? It's just music that's there and you can go through it because it makes things go quicker and it keeps people active when they're waiting for their own turn, because waiting for your turn to show up can be super boring. You want to make sure you have something to munch on and something to listen to in the background while you're waiting for some guy to look through every single spell in his spell sheet to decide which one he's going to use after asking 8 questions about what effect it's going to have on the monster before he actually commits to doing it. Freaking wizards. Ugh. Anyways, alright, so go ahead, make sure you have food, make sure that you have music, and last of all, I'll throw this one at you. If you're looking for an event or a location, one of the easiest places to do it is at a local library. A lot of times local libraries will have study rooms that nobody uses. Libraries will say, oh, let's take some of our money and build study rooms. People will flood them. And then they build them and the study rooms just sit there not being used. Some libraries have different policies. I'm not even going to go into that. Just talk to your local library about renting a study room for several hours. And most of the study rooms are soundproof, so you actually end up getting to chill out and hang out anyways. Maybe they'll allow food, maybe they won't. The best place to do it is to have a nice location where you can have snacks, drinks, music. That's the setting. Most important, people are going to have a blast. In section number 3, I'm going to be talking about how to deal with player creation, because that one is also huge. When you're starting a new game, people are wanting to create characters. What do you do? All right, you guys are awesome.